Welcome back to Moments with Anastasiia. Today I'm joined by Saif Rehman, a micro trader and CFA professional who's been in markets since 2017. He's known for simplifying how money really works, from inflation and global trends to investing. His focus is not just making money, but also on understanding how to grow it in the right way. He believes that clarity creates capital and that becoming rich starts with thinking differently about money. In this episode, we will talk about how to build wealth, avoid common mistakes, and what it actually takes to grow financially today. Let's dive in. So, Saif, how do you feel today? Welcome to Moments with Anastasiia. Thank you for coming today. So, how do you feel? Tell
I'm
us.
feeling good. This is my first ever podcast.
Really?
Yeah, like questionnaire. And I feel good actually, yeah. So let's do it.
I've seen your work in Instagram and you were recording some videos also about investment, about wellness. You're like really very talkative in terms of advices, how to invest, what to do for people. So I'm very grateful to invite you today to give some advices to our viewers on how to invest and what to do with their money when you have money.
Okay, so let me be very honest here. I don't give any advice. I just do everything for education. It's more kind of, a fun doing because what I have built or what I have studied, it is something I want to give to people. And this is something that people will 100% not get anywhere else. So this is my approach. This is what I'm trying to do. And if someone is asking me a personal advice, then of course, why not? But this is not my social media is not a random social media stuff. That's why my views are very less because people are not interested to view, the educational stuff because the audience is more into funny entertainment stuff. But my content is more based on education and more into deep analysis. So yeah, this is what I'm trying to do and this is what I'm trying to build.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I want to know your story a little bit. Tell me about yourself, your past, your future. What are your objectives? What are your goals with the business? I want to know a little bit about you. If you can share, please.
Sure. I'm sure you don't want to listen to entire everything, but yes.
Whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, my name is Saif Rehman. I'm basically from Pakistan, 100%. I studied software engineering. It was never my plan to be a software engineer. I was more into finance. However, my father was engineer and we are three brothers. So one brother is a doctor, another brother is into business, and I was the third and last one. So my father was, at least one of my son has to be engineer. He was mechanical engineer, and I never imagined myself, with dirty hands because we saw him. We lived in Saudi Arabia also when he was working, and I saw him, sometimes with dirty hands. And so, yeah, in the end, I had to be an engineer, not because of I wanted this, but because of my father. So I started mechanical engineering. Then after 6 months, I said, Dad, I cannot do it. I'm not into machines, right? I like to see myself, sitting in the office with more into computers. So I said, what you want to do? But it should be in engineering. So I said, I can be a software engineer. So I started software engineering, wasting my 1 year in mechanical engineering. And I finished my engineering. I worked only 8 months after I finished my software engineering. Then I was like, okay, now I can do whatever I want to do. So I started my finance journey even when I was studying because during 9/11, my brother, he was into this finance and trading and all this stuff. And the night of 9/11, they have made millions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were investing with some broker called FXCM back in UK. And they have made millions that night. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. So I was studying without anyone help. And then I started my financial journey. I studied more and more and more. Then I started my Series 6. And then I started my CFA. I have failed a lot of times. And now I'm certified level 2 CFA. Yeah.
What does CFA means for people to understand what it is?
It's more into chartered financial advisory. So it's like a global certification. But I don't want to tell I am CFA. I mean, it's something. I'm sure that most of people, they don't understand what CFA means, but CFA is more authority.
Most of people don't understand what CFA means. I am one of those people, but now you taught me something, which is great.
So it is more like an authority that you're certified, you understand all macro, micro, fundamentals, technical analysis, what is happening in the world, and what will be the impact of this into this market. And it took me 6-7 years to complete these exams. It wasn't easy.
Wow. I mean, impressive what you have said, and your story is actually giving my audience understanding about who you are, how did you start it, what was your journey. I mean, it's very challenging at times, but you are who you are today. That makes you you.
Yeah,
you know?
I believe it was only because of consistency.
Yeah.
It at some point I saw myself that it is not about money anymore. I mean, I don't belong to a poor family. I grew up really well. We had everything, but at some point, my father wasn't a businessman. He was chartered engineer, however, still an employee. So it all started with understanding, because my brother, he made money and okay, he's good. But what I want to do, I want to go more up, because it was just maybe a gamble or something. But I wanted to go more deep into it. That what was the reason he made money? He made money in the markets, but how? Because this 9/11 happened. How does it affect the market?
Yeah.
So this is not something people think about it, but I was thinking more that how this impact the market. And then I understood, no, this is not something like you sit in front of the markets and you do this buy and sell. No, it doesn't work like this. So at some point, it wasn't about money. It was all about understanding how this entire system works, how this money flows into the system. So this is how I went through it.
So how did your journey with wealth actually begins?
Okay, so as I explained, it wasn't about money at all. At some point, of course, in the beginning, it was about money, but at some point, it wasn't about money. So this all started with understanding more about how people live, how this money works, how this wealth works, because money and wealth, these are two entirely separate things, different things. So it all started with inflation. You are an employee, I'm an employee. We have, let's say I'm saying anything, we are making $1,000 a month. We have just got paid of our salaries in December. But in January, or every financial year, which is September, October, the inflation is rising, but our wages are the same.
Yeah.
So people have less power to buy stuff as compared to the previous year.
Agree.
Right?
Yes.
So there is one thing. If you're racing, you have to be, always top to your opponent. So in life, inflation is our opponent. Inflation is our rival, let's say. So we have to be always top of this inflation to save ourselves. And it will never come with your jobs or your employment, stuff like that. So it all started with how to hedge inflation in our lives, how we can compete with inflation, because our wages are the same, but expenses, they grew up. And this is how people went broke. I have seen a lot of people, they went broke.
Yeah.
So this was the understanding which makes me think a lot about it. And this is how I began my journey into wealth, not into money, into wealth.
I remember when I moved to Dubai 13 years ago, I used to go to buy grocery. It's a good example of inflation. With 50 dirham, I could buy apples, mandarins, potatoes, and something else, maybe chocolate.
Yeah.
With 50 dirham, it used to be a lot. Now go to supermarket with 50 dirham, what you'll buy?
Maybe a chocolate only.
Maybe chocolate only, yeah. There is
Yeah.
nothing really. And the same as, like, for example, 6-7 years ago, I invested in property back home. Now, I cannot buy the same property with that amount I invested.
Yeah, 100%.
And, I mean, everything.
Agree. See, here I always say our parents, they lived in entirely different world. Entirely different world. And we are in entirely different world. Like it's 180, you know?
Yes.
So what I believe is that inflation is going to get high every year. So this is how we have to save ourselves against inflation. And now we have to find path how we will save ourselves. And for example, if you just told me that in 50 dirhams, I used to buy a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But right now, let's say you have saved millions of dollars, right? From last 10 years. Now these, let's say $10 million went all the way down to, let's say, $4 million just because of inflation.
Inflation, yes.
So money is not wealth. Wealth are assets, and they cannot work together. Money is just a paper. That's it. That's what I understood.
Yeah, I mean, money is really just a paper because with the years of time, you cannot really buy that much as you used to buy 5 years ago or 3
True.
before COVID. If you remember the prices and try now comparing the prices for apartments, for investments, it's not the same. I mean, it's much more expensive right now. And to know this inflation and calculate how it goes up, and maybe, I don't know if it goes down in a graph, but if you're willing to understand it and calculate and teach other people about it, it's well done, because we never studied this at school, unfortunately. Nobody taught me
No
how
one
to
told
have a
us.
financial wealth
Yeah.
and education on how to invest. Nobody taught us.
Nobody told us.
Yes.
Nobody. And nobody is telling right now to anyone,
Exactly.
even in schools. Education is good. I will answer you one by one. Education is good, but I think the education system is very bad. It's
Exactly.
very, very, very bad. Everywhere. It's not only one entire country. It's everywhere. Related to your answer, this inflation stuff, and nobody has told you, I believe we have to, develop ourselves and update ourselves every year, because as I told you, our parents lived in entirely different world. They could buy a house with their monthly wages, right?
Or land, for example,
Yeah.
and build their house.
Exactly. Financial system got very fast, especially last 5 years. So I'm not against properties or real estates. You should have your property, real estates. I mean, I also have investment, but not for investment purpose. These are my real estate assets. I'm just going and living there. That's it, right? It's not for, okay, I'm going to make profits out of it. It doesn't work like this anymore, because it is so advanced, the financial structure, that people don't have buying power to buy real estates or properties, right? So they keep their assets, they keep their funds with currencies, paper money. So it makes them more broke,
Yes.
and they don't understand this. So what I believe is, even if you are making, let's say, $200 and you're saving $10 out of it, Just go buy something, buy asset. Just go and buy $10 worth of gold or silver. So we have to adopt ourselves into this advanced financial system, because otherwise, if you're going to keep your money in your banks, you will eventually going to be broke. I'm sorry to say this. So
It's the
as
truth.
I always say, if you save $100, it doesn't matter if you make $100 million or $100 or $10, $1. Just go buy something, buy asset, buy, because you cannot buy with $100 property, but this is also savings of your hard-earned money. Why don't you go and buy gold or silver for $100? These are also assets. So at least your $100 are safe, right? They are going to increase the money, not devalue, right?
Yeah, because once you sell it, it's higher in
Yeah.
price rather than the 100 dirham you bought it for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very smart. And honestly, I want to say that I admire what you say, because it's very good educational lessons for investment. I was reading a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Rich Dad, Poor Dad,
Yes, yes. And it was exactly the same, because Rich Dad used to always work for a company, right?
Yeah.
And Rich Dad was always saying that invest in your assets, invest in your future, invest in yourself, right? That's what you are saying.
Exactly.
That you need to invest in your assets, and it's
100%,
beautiful.
100 million%. Yeah, 100 million%.
Looking back, what was your mistakes which you did in the beginning?
Chasing fast money. And then I realized, money is not an option. So the biggest mistake was, we are living in this social media era. And as I said earlier, that people are more interested in entertainment instead of learning and educating themselves. So the biggest mistake was chasing fast money, because I had example of my brother in front of me. He made very good money. So this was my biggest mistake, following these, random dudes and imagining myself that, I have to make money as fast as I can. But again, when I understood money and wealth, they're not together. They're not the same thing. And wealth can build, wealth take time. Like, it takes really time. Wealth is something which you can transfer to your kids, your family. But money you cannot. So this was my biggest mistake, chasing fast money.
What did you learn? The biggest takeaway you took from that mistakes?
The learning part is something which, this is in me. And whatever, by the way, I'm saying here, these are my opinions and my understandings, and everybody has a right to agree and disagree. So the biggest lesson was, you're not going to believe it, but one day I was sitting with one of my friends, and he told me one thing. He's a Pakistani Air Force pilot. They are living a very lavish life. They have amazing life. So he was telling me one thing. We were sitting on the table. We had coffee, and he said, "We are rats." I said, "What do you mean by rats?" Then he explained, "Have you heard about rat circle?" I said, "No. Can you explain?" He said, "The rat is moving around his circle, and when he needs something, he come, take it, and then he go back, and then he start running, around circle." So he told himself, for me, he's living a very good life, but he told me that we are a rat running in our circles. I said, wow. So no employees are, happy with work. And this was a biggest lesson. He just said it, and of course he will see this. We are friends from last 11 years. So this was the biggest lesson. He just said these words, and I took it in my heart, like in my mind. So this was the biggest lesson, that I don't want to be a rat running around circle. I don't want. But this is how I think, made myself aware of what is happening and what is going to happen and how I should save myself.
You know, I am very much responding to what you said because I work, I have daytime job as well. And things happened that I had to be on vacation.
Yeah.
And you will not believe, I'm so used to my red trap to wake up in the morning, go to office, like dress up, go talk to other people, do my job, come back home, do gym, like meet my friends. That when I sit at home, I didn't know what to do. Like I sit down at home, I was at home. I'm like, okay, so what's next? What do I do? I'm so used to going around the circle that I don't know any way how to live my life being without my usual routine. I'm free to do anything. I can do educational course. I can go do public speaking course. I can do meet my friends, anything I want.
Yeah.
But this red circle is so dragging me in that I cannot live without it. Imagine psychologically, I think it's unconsciously on my brain that I have to go and work.
Exactly.
Because my parents used to do it. I am used to do it every time, like for 13 years, almost no holidays. And I am your perfect target audience. I'm your example to work on the educational part because I'm used to this. And
unfortunately, you're not the only one.
I'm not the only one. Yeah. I know. And I'm not the only one person in life who is sitting and thinking like, okay, so when is my salary? I'm waiting for it because I have to pay one.
So the rat is coming,
3.
getting, yeah.
Exactly. That's your friend was correct. And there are so many people live exactly like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly speaking, when you understand this concept and find a way out of it, you can become a businessman or businesswoman. You can become an entrepreneur because you will know how to get out from a corporate world and earn your own money with your knowledge.
So I believe 99% or 95% people are stuck in this rat circle.
Yeah.
And they're afraid. It's okay. I mean, I was also in this stage at some moment, but they're afraid to take steps, right? I mean, who became successful without taking any risks? Nobody.
Yes.
Right? It doesn't matter you belongs to a very wealthy family or you belongs to middle class or you belongs to a poor family. Risk is something which makes you, I'm not gonna say this that, this social media stuff, risk gonna give you lesson and then, or make you, risk, when you take risk with proper understanding and pre-work, like pre-homework, that you have done your homework before stepping in, then you have 99.99% probability of winning into this risk. Because you cannot this is life, you cannot tell yourself that, this risk,
99.9%.
this risk, if I'm failing, I'm at least learning. No, come on. Just don't be, influenced by this social media stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work before you stepping in. That's it. That's real world. You're not playing here.
What I want to add about you particularly, that you...
About me?
About you, yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
That you have studied a lot and you invested your time focusing on your own education. Because so many people out there, they say, I am an investor. And they don't know what investor even means. They don't have CFA degree, which is a big word. They don't have any understanding about those graphs. I saw in your Instagram, you're watching on the big screen some graphs which goes ups and down. I don't understand anything in this, but...
I also sometimes don't understand this.
But you do, right? So if you're looking at them, means you understand something about it. I mean, educating yourself, by the end of the day, If one day you have nothing, you don't have a liability, you don't have gold, you don't have credit card access, the only thing you have is here.
100 million%.
If you made it from the beginning and you know how to make money, no matter where you are, you can still will be able to make the same amount or even more with your knowledge. So the best investment is your education.
Education. This is the most important part. I think this is the most important thing that I have ever done in my life for me. I never wasted time on this, this. I'm not into cars, I drive a normal car. I don't want to be a Lambo scammer, I don't want to drive a V12. I have V12. Oh, no, come on. Why we have to waste this money and why we have to show off? This is our first life. And then I want to be a family man in the end of the day. And I want to transfer this entire wealth to my kids. So, yeah, this is it. This is the entire goal. And to make myself more aware of what is happening. Because we always say that institutions and big players, they are making money. No, it's not true. You have to understand how they make money, right? There is no difference between your mind and their mind.
What people believe about the money and what is they believe completely wrong. What do you think about this?
Honestly, I forgot to take silver and gold coins with me. I wanted to show this, that, as I told you, wealth and money is entirely different characters. They are different characters. So money is your paper money. You go, you buy grocery, you buy chocolates, you go dinner. This is your money. You buy clothes. This is your money. And your wealth is whatever you're investing in any asset. It can be your silver coin, it can be your education, it can be your anything small. I mean, this is my investment. I take this my investment. My watch, my suit, my shoes,
You look great.
Because when I invest on myself, it is from top to bottom, yeah? So these are also investments. But of course, these are not appreciating assets, except the watch. But when you are in the beginning, you have to invest in the appreciating assets. If you are investing, these assets should appreciate value by time. The same concept. It's old money concept that you have to invest on assets which are hedged against inflation.
What are appreciating assets?
Appreciating asset means the assets which will increase their value by time.
Like example?
A simple concept is real estate. If you have invested, like, let's say 10 years before, you have bought it, let's say, I'm saying anything, for $1,000, $1,000. Now the same property worth around $3,000, let's say. So these are appreciating assets. The same, it works with your watch. I was never into this, this Apple watches. Never, because I was brought in this. My father was like, "Oh, when you're eating, don't sound. When you're eating with spoon, your spoon doesn't sound. So I was in this background that you have to be a gentleman, how to treat a woman, and so yeah, these are all appreciating assets. Your gold, your silver, your family, because your kids, they are the most valuable appreciating assets for you. So yeah, these are called appreciating assets. Whatever you think of.
I mean, I'm always supporting if you have some kind of understanding, knowledge, value. Of course, you need to have an investment. But yeah, I believe in family. I believe in people. I believe in understanding what to do in the future, to have goals, to have education.
True.
That's like, for me, everything.
But I want to add here, your cars, your show off is not appreciating assets. If you're buying, so there is one thing, if you're buying a Lamborghini, we are particularly going to these appreciating assets. So you're buying a Lamborghini, you are actually investing in depreciating asset. But if you're buying a vintage Lamborghini, you are a gentleman collector, because the vintage stuff, the more older it gets, the more value it becomes. So these are, this everything will come, and you will understand by time. You have to reach that level. But for me, if I'm making $100, I will go and I will buy silver coin or gold coin, or I will buy jewelry for my woman. Why not? These are appreciating assets.
Or investment course.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah.
No, it's very beautiful what you're saying, because I know a lot of people in Dubai, they invest in Lamborghini or cars like Lamborghini. But when you meet that person, it's all about show off.
Yeah.
And there is nothing in their heart. There's nothing about education. And by the end of the day, you came to know that that car is not really purchased.
Or rented, yeah.
Yes, it's rented. And then you look at these people and like, what are you trying to show? Like, seriously, what are you trying to show me? That you are, you can rent a Lamborghini? Okay, fine. I can also rent a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
But show me who you really are. Show me your heart, show me your emotions, show me your soul. Like, the feelings and education is really matter. It's not about what you're wearing. It's not about the cars. It's just about you as an individual.
True.
By the end of the day, one day will come when you're going to get old and sick, and it will going to be only you.
100%. I
Not
really
yachts or cars or diamonds and bags and everything else.
Yeah, this is what I was telling you, that unfortunately we are more into this entertainment stuff. That's why, the education and the more valuable assets on social media are also, under this all bad cloud, dark cloud. Yeah, it's all about showing off.
In your experience, what matters more, mindset or strategy?
There is, before answering to this question, I would say this is my opinion. Yeah, you have a complete right to agree and disagree. But in my opinion, strategy doesn't exist in this world. There is no word of strategy. What strategy? You have to just prepare yourself that where you want to go. And this is all your mind game. If you want to see yourself a successful couple or man or woman, then you have to first develop this feeling in your heart, in your mind. Strategy, what strategy? When you decide something, you don't care about strategies. Trust me. If you want to go away from this, get out from this rat circle, you don't need any strategy. You just need a vision. That's it. This is what I believe, and this is how I work, and this is how I function, unfortunately. And I'm going so far very good, yeah.
If it works for you, that means you found your formula. It works for you.
Yeah.
You educated yourself. You have a vision. You have a mission, which you want to achieve in a couple of years, for example.
True.
And that's how you go. Some people, you will not believe, they don't even have a goal. This red circle, which you're talking about, will gonna suck you in so much that you cannot even think about anything else except getting your salary and paying your debts.
Yeah.
That's the book I was talking about, how they also explain.
Exactly. No offense to the audience, but I would like to add one point here. I think it also depends your family values, your parents, how they raised you. Did you raised as a child who never took care of, or you raised with the values, your parents gave you values, that how to speak, how to behave, what do you want? So there is one thing I really want to add in this podcast, because at the moment I'm really into, me. About this relationship stuff,
Okay.
which you were asking me before.
Uh-huh.
So I want to answer you that our father used to tell us one thing to his sons, that your partner, your mother, your sisters, they're always thirsty for love and care, right? So you have to treat your mother, your sister on a level that they are overwhelmed, right? So when you are treating your sister with pure love and you're giving everything and you're taking care of her, so and your daughter also, what she will do, she will have a certain one level, right? That I have received and I have seen this level before in my life, right? So if she is going to have her boyfriend or her husband or whatever, she will never look for, below this value, below this level. She will either go high and she will either go the same.
Mm-hmm.
And we are fine with this. You will accept her choice because she has made a decision which is exactly equal to what we have gave her or above. So that was the most beautiful lesson, that we still believe in this, that we have to treat our daughters, our sisters, our women with a beautiful care, to provide them everything that make them overwhelmed. So they set their values, they set their limits. Yeah, we are going out of the topic, yeah. Sorry. I really wanted to add this.
No, it's beautiful what you're saying, because not every man treats their daughter, their wife, their partner the same way, and it's unfortunate. That's why, coming back to the topic which we had earlier about relationship, that's the reason why people cannot find each other in the big cities.
True.
No matter which city are you, if you cannot open your heart to be loved and to love someone else, you will never find anyone else.
True.
So it's like a two-way street, you
100%.
you give, you receive.
100 million%, yeah.
You give with one hand and you will receive with 10 hands.
100%. But you have to have a partner with values. This is what I believe, yeah.
Or educating yourself in the both ways to create and grow up on those values, because sometimes, life happens. It's like the clear board.
Oh, yeah.
You meet someone who is willing to learn. You have a clay and you do with the clay the shape you like.
Oh, yes. This also happens, yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. I believe in it, yeah.
It's all about willingness to teach and willingness to learn. And it's a two-way conversation.
True.
I saw in your Instagram that you're talking a lot about clarity means capital. Yeah. What that really means to you?
Oh, very simple. Clarity is cutting your noise. Cutting all the noise. Do you have AirPods?
Yes, I do.
So they have voice cancellation feature.
Yes.
So when you wear them, there is no more noise you're hearing, yeah? Mm-hmm. Your mind becomes very calm, very clear. Mm-hmm. And that is the moment when clarity creates wealth. Mm-hmm. Because when your mind is clear, when your mind is empty of all this bullshit sound and noise, mm-hmm. and what is happening in this around us or in ourselves. So you have to be very, very much, clear your mind from everything. Focus on what you want. And then you will see that you're making the best decisions in your life. Mm-hmm. And your best decisions will make you wealthy, will make you good man, good woman, a value person. Mm-hmm. So that's what I say, that clarity creates wealth, mm-hmm. as well as good human.
I think we are following the conversation in direction where you're educating yourself, you're investing in your investor knowledge in your money, in the wealth, right, and the education. And then with this noise cancellation feature in your brain, which removes all the distraction and all the different noises, different opinion, all the social media crap, then you go into direction which is your calling or which you like, and then you build because that's something which you really feel that you know how to do, and that's your passion, and that's where you grow as financially, as a business person, as an entrepreneur. I think that's the formula.
Exactly.
Just to hear what you were saying, to kind of give a summary, that's how it is, right? That's so simple.
100%. Life is so simple. Life is easy. We make it hard. Trust me.
I want to know, like, if someone is starting from zero today, what are 3 steps you would advise them?
I don't want to advise anyone. Anybody can take their own decisions. But my opinion is that educate yourself. And the second step is educate yourself. And third step is also educate yourself. Why? Because when you educate yourself and you're cutting all the noise, you activating your noise cancellation feature in your mind becomes so clear. You're relaxed. Do whatever the heck you want, right? And just before stepping into something, you have to spend a lot of time to do research, to make your mind. And once you have done your mind, once you have done your all research, then step in. In the market, in this industry, in my industry, this also works like this. So you invest a lot of time into research, into education, into what is happening, how this will happen, what happened before and what is happening further. And then you take decisions. And to execute decisions, it takes a nanosecond. Tick. And then nothing is in your hand.
So what educational tools, maybe some courses or books, what can you recommend which you try yourself and really help you out, which can help other people, our audience? Like, what is it that, this magical pills of what can help me, for example, to become a better investor, understand about wealth, like maybe books, maybe courses, anything you can suggest, I will take anything.
I will not comment on books. Books are the most, for me, appreciating and most powerful assets that anybody could have. However, where to invest your time and what to study and how to create this mindset, I think first we need to focus what not to study, what not to think and consider is all your social media noise. You have to cancel all your social media gurus who are trying to teach you. Either if it is with fitness industry, they keep you in the circle, right? They're here to make money out of you. So you have everything. God gave you a mind. You can do research by yourself, right? Everything is available. Everything is available. And it all starting with your research on internet, reading books, reading good stories, and real-time life lessons, right? There are a lot of people who were even more into worst situation that, for example, anybody is right now, but they have made themselves. I know, I want to quote this here. I know one guy, not a guy, he's old man now, but his name is Shahid. He went to US in 1980s something. I studied his story. So this is what I'm trying to say, that I studied his story, how he made his mind and stuff. And his story was he was a dishwasher, and now he owns Formula One. He owns a football team. He has share in Amazon in California, something in warehouse, like maybe 2 or 5%. He's a billionaire now. How he became a billionaire? Did he scam? No. he found opportunities and he just took himself out from this circle. So all you need is to just make your mind and invest everything that you have available.
That's very smart. I think you gave me a very $1 million advice. And for everybody who's watching us today, it's a big learning. Go and read people who are successful. What did they do?
Yeah.
How did they succeed? How they not fall down with the dishwashing career or waitressing career? How did they overcome this challenge and become who they are, right?
Exactly.
And learn from them. What did they do? I mean, it's great. It's very smart.
I want to add, learn from their life. I am definitely not talking about these social media gurus. They have always one story. They were broke, they were in debt, and they have studied a law, or they have, in this financial industry, everybody is a financial advisor. So they have traded and they have millions of dollars. No. So you have to focus on the real people, not on these gurus. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is very valuable. Plus, taking a course. And nowadays, like, for example, I am taking a course on AI tools because I realized that it's very important to know what are the tools there
100%.
and how to talk to them. 100%. Like, I didn't know that there is a lot of tools exist 100%. Apart from ChatGPT, 100%. Like Claude and Midjourney, Grok. Yeah. All these tools are very important, and you have to
adopt yourself. Yeah,
exactly. You have to adopt yourself with the technology. If you don't adopt yourself, that's unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, one of the last questions I will ask, like, whom do you typically work with and what are their results? What are their transformation?
It's very private. So, I mean, I work with almost millionaires. I speak with every day with millionaires, honestly. And if I will say anything now, it will be more like, I'm exaggerating myself into this, but now they are very much, secured with their decisions. They take decisions with precautions. They have studied. They study before, and from last 1.5 years, we have built serious wealth. I mean, I became millionaire in 2025, honestly. I still remember October 18th.
Well done.
Yeah.
With your brain.
When I hit my first million, yeah.
Perfect. That's well done.
Yeah.
I mean, just to have a summary, what one advice you will give to someone who wants to become a financial investor today?
Financial investment, the first advice is that just don't come to me. Just listen to yourself, because financial investment is not something, that I should advise or someone should advise. It's something that you listen to yourself and see what are the appreciating assets around you, right, that you can invest, and take it from there. The first investment is you, and then you can consider others.
Mm-hmm. If there will be somebody to come to have a class with you, will you consider them, or only millionaire allowed?
I mean, of course I consider, but not at the moment. I am going with this, I as I told you, I'm still doing my classes and I'm studying. But of course, in the future, I'm open to it. Because I'm going to have more regulations, because I'm investing on myself. I don't want to put myself on social media without having any regulation, without having any authority, right? So first, I have to have an authority and regulations. I have my legal team, and at the moment, they don't advise me to open any course or advise anything. So I'm being very honest with you.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
It's not about 5 years. I always say this to people.
In future?
Yeah, in future, I see myself. I don't see myself, sitting in my yacht and on the beach. And no, it's not. It's just fairy tales that people have developed on social media in our minds. I'm seeing myself like alhamdulillah, I'm already financially free. I have financial freedom. So even if I'm working, if I'm alive till 100 or till 80, I'm working, I'm investing myself. I am never going to stop working. Because if I stop working, then it means it's the end of my life. Yeah.
Thank you very much for being on podcast today. Thank you
It's
for
my
giving
pleasure.
us your internal thoughts and even some of the confidential information. It was my pleasure to listen to you here. And just the last question I will ask, how was your experience today?
It was very good, amazing, incredible, I would say. I'm very open to all your questions. Amazing, incredible experience so far.
Did you like it?
100%, 100,000,000%. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here,
All
for
my pleasure.
sharing your experience, for giving us advice, and explaining that it's very valuable to invest in yourself, to have that financial strength, and invest in people you love, basically give them more good energy, positive vibes, and basically grow together.
Yeah, positive vibes is
Positive
always
vibes,
very
yeah.
important. You have to be always smiling, even if you have you cannot force yourself to smile, but it's all, I think. So, I'm sorry, we are again going to the topic. Again, you have to invest in yourself, and you have to have a mentor, a leader who you follow, who you take
Okay.
advice. This is what I have done also. It's not about only finance, and studying. I have my mentors who are telling me how to stand, how to dress, how to speak, how to have a smile on your face. So everything. This is called investment.
Yeah, you invest in yourself first, and
100%,
then
yeah.
that's how it goes with the mission, with the objective, with the goal. Plus, you have someone who supports you, someone behind you always to
True.
guide you through the steps, because we don't know everything, right?
Yeah, we need guide 100% in our life. Yeah.
Sometimes the emotional side they just go off the track and you cannot think clearly, like your noise
100%.
cancellation is not working anymore.
Yeah.
So you need someone to tell you, pull yourself together.
Yeah.
You need to do this.
100%. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you
Well,
very much. It was my pleasure. Thank you for being
Thank you
here.
so much. It was so good. Yeah.
Same here.